Hello, and welcome back to yet another episode of When She Don't Want to Cook For You, Here's What You Do. Listen, this is a very special episode. Yes, I have a woman on the show, but this particular woman, she was on the show I saw prior, and I said I have to get her on. Her energy, everything she was doing, the food was amazing. Chef Quanna, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show. Listen, I wanted you on my show, so you better get hyped about it. We need to see that smile. Listen, what are you going to make for us today?
I'm going to be making a lemon garlic prom wings, homemade baked crispy French fries, and veggie dip.
Veggie dip.
Yes.
Now, I never really heard that. When she told me that, I was like, okay, that sounds really good, really good. But listen, we got a lot of questions for her. This woman is really interesting. She's coming out of Harlem. We're in Brooklyn right now, but this is a Harlem queen.
Period.
Harlem up in here. I grew up in Harlem, but I'm from Brooklyn, so we just kind of reversed it here. It's all good. So listen, When She Don't Want to Cook For You, Quanna, today, Brooklyn, Harlem though, is going to show us what you do. And we got to show her love, because I really wanted her on, and now she's on, and I'm feeling good. There's nothing more powerful than when you reach out to somebody and they be like, yeah, I'll do your little show. Don't worry about it. So listen, we'll be right back.
Hi everyone, I am so happy to be here on this show. Right now I'm about to start prepping my potatoes. We're going to be making these from scratch. The first thing I'm going to do is box my potatoes out. So basically it's a method that I use to try to get, I learned actually. So we're going to cut our ends out. And now you're probably thinking like, oh my God, what is she gonna do with all these extra pieces? I'm definitely gonna save them. I'm gonna put them in either in compost or I'll use it for like a soup or something. But I'm super excited to make these French fries. And I'm happy to be here. I've been cooking like since, I think like since high school. I would say professionally since 2017, but I've been cooking since high school. I truly enjoy cooking. My cousin actually convinced me to make a food page, and it's been history ever since. So that's why we're here. I try to be as consistent with my slicing so that they all can cook at the same pace. These nice thin stripes. So we're gonna keep those there. And yeah, so Quanna's Kitchen originated in Harlem. I enjoy cooking for my community. I enjoy doing events. Right now, since I moved to Brooklyn, I've been big on doing community events. I've always done them, but since living in Brooklyn, it's not the same. Like when I was in Harlem, I used to have Rasta Pasta Fridays, Soul Food Mondays. Like I used to be able to sell my food out my house, and now I'm in a different part of Brooklyn. You know, we all know how New York is changing, so it's kind of hard to get that following where people want to come and get plates from your house. So I do a lot of like events and catering. So that's been my thing. And it's been going well. It's been going well. We have an event coming up this May 27th. It's called Family Feast. And it's going to have a lot of vendors. We're going to have food for the community and all that. So you see me dicing my potatoes. I'm going to just slice them one more time, just so that they'll be a little smaller. And then you also, a key thing with your potatoes, you have to make sure that you soak them in water for at least 30 minutes just to help remove the starch. So that's exactly what I'm going to do after I finish slicing these. Let's put them in here. We all love potatoes. I think potatoes is like so yummy, so versatile. And you want to know something that I learned this year? But actually, I did a culinary course. I did a 6-week culinary course, and I learned so much. I think my chef would be, the chef instructor would be proud of me right now. All right, I learned a lot, and one of my main things that I learned is to move with a sense of urgency, and that's in life. Okay, especially living in New York, can be moving slow, move fast, do things with a sense of urgency, and that's what I kind of do. And I move quickly. I feel like I'm only 30 seconds in maybe, and I cut 1/2 of these potatoes already. I think I'm going really fast. But yeah, making this, I'm making the lemon garlic parm wings because that's one of my favorite things to make. You know what's something funny? I don't like making fried chicken. There, I said it. I don't care. I don't like making fried chicken. I don't feel like cleaning the oil. It's too much of a process. I've been telling everybody, I tell all my friends, I'm like, at this point, I think I might have to charge people extra if they order fried chicken from me. Because you guys don't understand cleaning out the deep fryer, how much your clothes smell like oil. It's just a lot of work. So like, order the lemon garlic parm wings for me. Stop ordering fried chicken. I'm just playing though. Y'all get what y'all want. Y'all get what y'all want. But yeah, let me move with some sense of urgency. Let's slice. Let me slice. I know you didn't see me rinse the potatoes on camera, but remember that I'm going to be rinsing them as soon as I'm done cutting them. Once they're done cut, put them in this bowl, let them soak in the water, and then we're going to get to seasoning our our chicken. So excited about that. Yeah. Today is May. Spring's been springing. It's been beautiful in New York, so I'm loving that. Yes. I need to do slices. And I don't know if you guys notice, every time I'm cutting, I kind of make sure I'm pinching the claw method on my potatoes to hold it. And also the way you should be holding your knife. This is the pinch method. This is really important. I'm going to slice these up. And if you guys notice, since I've been cutting, you haven't heard no. Because honestly, I mean, I'm not sure, but I feel like that just shows who's the amateur in the kitchen. I'm an amateur. Am I? I don't know. I didn't go to culinary school. I'm self-taught, but I think I'm doing great. So we got my potatoes in here. I'm going to run them under some cold water and let them soak, and we'll be right back. We're back. My potatoes are soaking. Also, it's really important that you put salt. This helps, because we all know potatoes, cooking, doesn't matter what you do, whether you're frying your potatoes, mashed potatoes, whatever you're doing, potatoes need a lot of salt. So make sure we're soaking them in our warm water and also putting some salt, okay? Yes, I'm putting a lot of salt. I used to not love salt, y'all. I'm telling you, I grew up, I was scarred from salt. My cousin one day, not one day, in general, my older cousin, he used to be the one that was cooking everybody food, and he was very heavy-handed with salt, so I did not like salt. I'm just now learning to like salt with the books that I'm reading and just the extra courses that I'm learning and how salt is an enhancement. But this whole time, I tell all my customers, I never really cooked with salt, and I'm still to this day doing Quanna's Kitchen, so I know what I'm doing without the salt. But now I'm adding the salt, just, you know. So we're going to put this on the side.
So let me ask you a question regarding the salt.
Yes.
Do you not like to use the salt because once you overdo it with the salt, the meal is ruined? Because that's how I feel sometimes.
Yes, I do. I believe that it gets ruined quickly. Yeah. So that's a reason why I don't like salt. But just growing up being scarred, but people putting too much salt on things. So right now, what I'm going to start doing is chopping up our fresh herbs for my lemon garlic parm. So I got some rosemary, some fresh rosemary. You don't have to use too much of this because rosemary is pretty strong. So I'm gonna look for a little piece. I'm gonna mince the rosemary. A tip too that I learned is the rosemary has a thick part. I mean, all herbs for the most part, besides cilantro. Cilantro, you can cut the whole cilantro. This, some people only the flavor is in the leaf. No, the flavor is also in the stem. There's so much flavor here. So if you're ever using cilantro, use the whole cilantro. But when it comes to cooking any other herb, we know we don't use the whole thing. But for rosemary, this part is pretty hard, and this part, the top, is usually flimsy. So you just can hold it and just let them all fall off like that. Just let them all fall off. And then the top you can just pick. But we're not gonna use that much. You put them back. You can already smell it. It's so amazing.
Now it's funny you say with the cilantro, right? Because I usually cut the stems off and toss it, so there's flavor in that.
Yes, it's flavors in the stem. So don't throw it, waste it. And then we just mince. We're gonna mince my rosemary. I actually love cooking. I'm cutting. I love cooking, period, but I love cutting. And I learned that last month or 2 months ago when I was in my culinary course. I don't mind being a prep cook and just sitting in the back cutting up everything. It's very soothing for me. Very soothing. I have dreams. Sorry, I'm saying it. I have dreams that one day I'm going to open up a nice restaurant in Harlem. And it's going to be focused on community love. Actually, it's this model. It's going to be called a community-based restaurant. And it's like, what is a community-based restaurant? My idea of a community-based restaurant is going to be something that is everyone's involved. Like the decorations, I'm gonna hire someone local to design the restaurant, the contractor, everything is community based. And also like it just won't be about just every day somebody coming to eat food from me. It's more so also giving back to the community. Like, okay, on Fridays we have a workout class that comes up every day or whatever, something like that, and the community involved, you know, give away our extra food at night before we throw it out and things of that nature. So really community based. I grew up like that because I grew up in foster care, and a lot of the times I went to community-based programs, and that idea of just giving back because so much was given to me. So yeah, you know, I was taken into foster care at 6 years old, and that is a story in itself. But with all the community-based and my friends and ones that's around, you know, kept me going. So I just want to make sure I give it back because there's probably another little girl out there that needs the same love and tender that I was able to receive from other programs and family.
When I first saw you in the show, you know, I wanted to get you on, and then I went on, you know, your social media, especially IG, and I saw you are really heavy in the community. Like a lot of things you post are really community based. So that's amazing thing. So
thank you. Yes. And right now, so I'm gonna put my rosemary inside this container. And then next, we're gonna mince some garlic. Also, I tried, now that I'm telling you, I learned so much. That's why the price is going up. The price is going up, baby, because I learned a lot and I'm taking that into my cooking. I try to use everything fresh. Going to the top grocery stores. Actually, I hate going to the supermarket to get my food, especially when I'm doing catering. I don't go to the supermarket. I go to a restaurant, depot, or even like, you know, what's a good supermarket you guys can go to? I know it can be pricey, but it's all about what you're putting in your body. Wegmans is a great supermarket that has top of the quality meats. I don't know if you guys know, but our supermarkets, we get the last quality. Like, the restaurants get the first top quality for the meats and produce, and most supermarkets, especially growing up in the hood, we get the bottom of the barrel. So unfortunately, you have to source out to get better quality food, but it's all a part of it. You got to do it. Take care of our body. We only get one body. But what I was saying is that I'm really big on now learning how to make your own seasonings using herbs. Like for some people, they will use garlic. Not saying I'm not going to use garlic powder, but they will use fresh garlic and also using garlic powder. Well, honestly, you don't really need to do all that. That's mad extra. You're using your fresh garlic is better than using ground garlic.
So a lot of times in the community, people don't understand that they're doing things a certain way and it's actually not good for them. Do you have any plans or any endeavors that you would like to do to teach the community about how to go proper methods with cooking or putting proper nutrients in their body?
Yes, actually I do. I have a plan to teach, I already do teach culinary education to youth, and I'm trying to make it where it's a full-time job. I want to get this thing, I want to raise the funds to get a school bus to turn it into a kitchen. So it's going to be called Chefs on Wheels. And Chefs on Wheels will go around New York City, because I am from New York City, to our underserved communities. I say underserved because like, what is underserved? Like, I don't know, it's crazy. Like, all right. Anyway, sorry. Don't want to jump off topic. But yes, I want to have my school bus, which is going to be called Chefs on Wheels, and I'm going to go around the communities that I grew up and teach youth culinary education and bring the kitchen to them. A lot of schools do not have the infrastructure, they don't have the resources to teach culinary education, and that's where Chef on Wheels will come in, and I'm bringing the kitchen to the school. So you don't have to worry about, oh, what classroom they're going to use, or we don't have a kitchen. I'm going to have everything they need. Just bring me the students. And that is like a big goal of mine. That's something that I really want to do, and I know that I can do it. I already know that I already influenced so many people. Two of the organizations that I worked at, I brought culinary education to their school. They never had culinary education. I created curriculums, and now that I'm gone, they are still doing culinary education. That is all from the work of me. That's you see how kids enjoy it. You build confidence. They learn so much in culinary education. So I know that my dream is going to be coming soon. I just got to keep working at it, and I ain't giving away the formula no more. That's for sure. Okay? I am so sorry because, you know, not only did these organizations that I worked at now have culinary education because I brought it there, but they're not willing to hire Quanna's Kitchen. And the kids love me. It wasn't like I was a bad employee or anything. The kids love me, and they still do. When I see them out in the street, like, Miss E, when you coming back? When you coming back? You know? So it is what it is. I'm just happy that people are starting to catch on how important culinary education is for our youth, because they deserve it. So right now I'm just mincing up my garlic. Try to always group it back in a pile, try to get it as small as possible. And then next, I'm going to start with my lemon and zest my lemon. I'm just so happy to be on this show. Hope you guys love what I'm making. You can follow along and you can make it at home. This is a quick, easy meal. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys that I preheated the oven. Make sure you preheat your oven while your potatoes are soaking. Super dope. And yeah, I try not to be cocky, but I feel like I'm really good at chef. Like, I'm really good at what I do. My friends always try to remind me, my partner, like, girl, you know what you're doing. Actually, when I was in my culinary course, I always used to say that I'm not like a chef. I say that I'm an amateur because I didn't go to culinary school, but honestly, I've been doing this for way too long to be out here calling myself an amateur chef. Like, I know what I'm doing. I might not have the vocabulary all the time, but I know what I'm doing. At least in my field, in my lane, I know what I'm doing. And when I do step out the box and try to cook other cuisines, I do my research. Because it's important. I respect food. I respect food art. So, yeah. Amateur who? Not me. Almost done with this. We zest the lemon. Also, when you're making these lemon garlic palm wings, I know a lot of us just like to use the lemon juice. No, zest it because all the flavor is, this is what the flavor is at. I smell it already. This is where the flavor is at. So we're gonna put this in there.
I actually smell it too. Yeah, lemons. Okay. I never really.
Yes, this is where it's at.
Like, I really smell it from here.
And next, we're going to dice up our cilantro. I'm gonna take a little bit, rinse it, then pat it. Pat it. So my favorite cuisine to do is soul food, of course. Soul food, Caribbean food. Growing up, I grew up in Harlem. I went to school in East Harlem. A lot of my friends is like Hispanic, Caribbean, and going to their families' homes, even my own home, like watching their mothers, their aunts, their grandmothers cook and just being inspired by them. So like, that's like my favorite cuisine to cook. When I say Caribbean, I don't mean just Jamaican, I don't mean just Haitian, I mean Caribbean, like all of them, Puerto Rican, Dominican, everything. I think there's literally everything on my menu can trace back to at least one of the Caribbean islands. And yeah, but also me personally, my favorite cuisine to make is something like Italian. I love pasta. It's like, I really, really love pasta. And so right now I'm about to cut up the cilantro, and what we're gonna do is gonna fold our cilantro like this. And this, I believe this is called the chiffonade method. And we're just gonna slice. I'm gonna do it as small as possible so that we can get everything. And see, this is also called the rocking method as I'm cutting. See, this is so soothing, y'all. I just love cutting. Oh, see how fast? Come on, Chef Ramsay. Who? Nah, just kidding. But I'm up there. I'm up there. I think Chef will be like me. I think about that. Some of my friends tell me I need to like apply for those shows and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? I should. I've been downplaying myself, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get out of that, get out of my own way.
Well, let me say this. I saw you on the night, we talked about this off camera. I saw you on that show, and like I said, I saw people prior, and you stood out. I mean, you stood out because your energy on camera. So, yeah, you might want to consider reaching out.
Yeah. You guys, we can smell the cilantro. It smells amazing. All right, and we have all our herbs prepped, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. We got my chicken wings, and what I'm gonna do right now is just clean them up with some vinegar. You know, typically you don't have to do that, but for the sake of the viewership, I'm going to do that. Yes, you don't have to do that. You don't have to clean your chicken. All right. If it's crazy, you need to clean your chicken. But honestly, the heat, all that other things, it cleans the chicken for you. So I'm going to rinse it in some vinegar. And also, another reason why you shouldn't be doing this is because it's cross-contamination in your kitchen sink. And if you don't know how to clean your kitchen sink properly, you risk the salmonella going all everywhere. So, yes.
Now, I had another chef on the show. He said the same thing. He said, like, you don't really need to clean it.
You don't. I don't know. But it's just it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It's a cultural
People
thing.
may feel a little better, but he said...
You don't need to do that. Let me just clean my hands real quick. All right. So now we're going to start seasoning up our chicken. And what I'm going to be putting is a little bit of white pepper. I just happen to have white pepper. It's nothing special. Same thing as black pepper. So I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in here. And the reason why it's called white pepper, because if you ever see a peppercorn, some of it is white and some of it is black. And the reason why they separate them is because if someone's making a dish that requires for the sauce to stay clear and stay white, you would use white pepper instead of black pepper because you don't want to see little black pepper flakes in it. So it's all the same thing. It smells the same. So I'm going to put some white pepper. I'm going to put onion and garlic. Again, you don't really need to because we have fresh garlic. But we're going to put a little bit of onion and garlic. We're going to put a little bit of smoked paprika. I would say for the coloring, some would say for the flavor. Paprika doesn't do much for me. Do you guys taste paprika? Tell me what paprika tastes like. I don't know. I think it's just for the coloring. But we're going to put that. We're going to put some of our chopped cilantro in here. All right. We're going to put our lemon zest, our garlic, and our rosemary. All right, I'm saving some of this because I'm going to use it for our sauce. And then we're also going to use some grapeseed oil. You can use grapeseed oil. You can use olive oil. Use any oil that you like. This is just something that I learned to cook with in the culinary school, and I just want to continue using grapeseed oil. You can actually fry with grapeseed oil as well. It has a high concentration, if I'm saying the word right. Just put a little bit. All right. We're going to be air frying this chicken. And I am not touching this meat. I touched meat enough, so I'm just gonna do the shaker, 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 shaker. It's a workout. All right, okay, because look at this. It's giving nice and seasoned. Smells good. So we're gonna let this sit, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back, and I have my chicken seasoned. It's been marinating, and now we're gonna put it in our air fryer. Just look how good this chicken looks. Okay, it smells amazing. It's gonna taste even more amazing. I'm gonna put it in here. Oops. I like my butterfly clamps. And so we have our chicken in here, and we're going to put it in here for it to cook. Boom. Now what we're going to be working on is our potatoes. They were soaking, I drenched them, and now we're going to pat them dry, get that excess water off, because that is what messes up your potatoes if it's too much water on there. So we're gonna pat them dry. I'm gonna get another piece of paper towel. Potatoes dry. Cooking is so fun. These homemade French fries. This is something so easy. Instead of buying French fries from the bag, you could just make your own fries. It's a process, but you just gotta love the art of cooking. It's something that you may be honored, be happy. Like, I made this. I didn't go to the store. I made this myself. So, yeah, pretty much pat dry as possible. It's really important, because the less liquid they are, the more crispy they will be. Actually, I'm gonna take this back and dry this out. Dry this out. And now we're gonna put the potatoes back in and start seasoning them up. Get all these in here. It's a lot of potatoes. All right. Now we're going to season them up with some salt and pepper again. There's some pepper in there. Salt and pepper, pretty much all the seasonings we put on the chicken. I'm gonna do that. So some paprika, just a hint. Some red chili flakes, we're gonna add that, get a little spice. Some onion and garlic, some salt. Make sure you put your salt now, because if you don't put your salt now, later you're gonna be like, oh man, I should have put more salt. And that's something I definitely learned within the past 2 months. Like I said, I was not cooking with salt, don't like salt. And I learned the importance of it. Especially when it comes to potatoes. Cause all right. I'm gonna put some grapeseed oil. Again, not too drenched, just enough. About a teaspoon. Mix everything around. And as you're mixing, you can see, oh yeah, I think I want to put some more seasoning. I want to put more of this or more of that. You can also do that again at the end. Start plating it. Make sure they're not touching too much. Definitely need a cookie sheet for something like this, but we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna do what we got. We're gonna make what we got. They're gonna give us lemons, we're gonna make lemonade. So we're gonna do what it do. Spread those out a little bit. This right here smells great.
It really does smell good.
Thanks. All right. Spread these out as much as we can. And now that we have our potatoes ready, we'll be right back. We're back and we're gonna put our French fries in the oven. They're at 375. We're gonna leave them in there for 20 minutes and we'll be right back. So we're back. The chicken is in the air fryer and the French fries are in the oven, and we're gonna start working on our veggie dip. So the first thing for our veggie dip, we're gonna be using carrots and celery. So I'm going to start peeling my carrots. All right.
So I noticed when you make your chicken, you use a lot of like natural herbs and flavorings and minimal amount of seasonings. And kept the seasonings kind of basic. Would you say it's better to use natural herbs and seasonings as opposed to a sazon or a lemon pepper seasoning?
Yeah, so I think it's really important to use natural seasonings instead of it's really important to use the fresh herbs and natural seasonings. It's like the whole seasoning instead of buying ground onion, ground garlic, ground whatever, because it's grounded. You don't know what else is in there. They add things in there to stretch the flavor. When you know it's whole and it's fresh, you see it. You know what you're adding to it. So not saying you cannot use those ground seasonings and stuff where we grew up on that because we're used to something that's easy and fast to do. But you start incorporating the fresh items in your food and watch you notice the difference in the flavoring and the smell, and just so your nose will get comfortable with the seasonings. I think it's really important. So I just peeled my carrot. This is a long carrot. We could cut it in threes. I'm not going to use the whole carrot.
So I noticed with the knife as well, you use certain cutting techniques. You would hold the knife differently. Does that help enhance on the flavors of the food?
Yes, I used different cutting techniques for different items because it's important to not damage the food. So like for the if you remember me cutting up the cilantro, I folded it and I diced it one time. You didn't see me double dice the cilantro. It's a leaf. I mean, you didn't see me double slice my cilantro. I only sliced it one time because we don't want to damage it. It'll be fragile. All right, with the garlic, the rosemary, you saw me going over it multiple times because you're not damaging it. But when it comes to a lot of leafy food items and ingredients and herbs, you don't want to damage it. So the cutting technique is really important. And even right now, carrot, I'm trying to box the carrot because I just want cohesiveness when I'm cooking. Try to box it as best as you can. I also learned in the kitchen a lot. It seems as though a lot of things will go to waste, but most kitchens compost their things and they use it like for a family dinner. And when I say family dinner, I mean like to feed their chefs. So nothing goes to waste in the kitchen, okay? But we do, and as you go to experience different restaurants, especially if you go to a Michelin star restaurant, okay, I'm so sorry, tongue tie, you'll see that they be really precise with their food because it's not just feeding you, it's also giving you art on the plate. So we want to make sure all the slices are the same, all the dices are the same, like everything needs to be as cohesive as possible. So yeah. So right now you're gonna see me, I'm just gonna slice my carrots about 1 inch of slice. Carrots can be hard to slice. And also the reason why it's also hard because you see my cutting board is moving. A way to fix that, you can get cutting board grips or you can put a paper towel or something under to stop your cutting board from moving. I didn't put it right now, but so now I am going to slice them about 1 inch, maybe not. No, 1 inch should be about fine. We don't want to cut them too small, and I feel like I have a problem with doing that. I cut things too small now, but because this is going to be a part of the dip, and if it's too thin and too small, it's not a dip. Then I'm going to cut them in half. All right, I'm going to do that. This is called the French fry cut because it looks like a French fry. Cut these in half again. This is good. Well, I think that should be enough. I'm gonna save these on the side. And now we're gonna cut our celery. My celery, I'm just gonna cut this part off. We're not using this. Again, this will be cut in 3s. We're gonna go cut that. We're cutting celery. Celery is not flat, it's not straight. It has a little bit of a curve right here. So when you cut your celery, you should start it like this. You see how I do? I always line up my knife for whatever I'm cutting because this is really important. And you just curve it as you go. There's some chefs that can do this in like 30 seconds. I can do it so quick. This is all for our dip. So we're gonna put them in here. Just gonna run them over some water real quick. Rinse them out. Want to leave this to the side. Let me check on the chicken real quick. All right, it's getting crispy. We're gonna flip those in a minute, but right now we're gonna make the dip. Dip is super easy. It's really easy. I'm using French dressing. This is what I grew up on. I love French dressing for my veggie dip. So we're gonna use a little bit of that. Okay, put it in here. And also to add some flavoring, I'm gonna use some diced dill and lemon zest in here. The dog is barking. She wants me to hurry up and cook. She's hungry. So I want to put some of that in here. And we're going to mix it. Mix it up, mix it, mix it, mix it. Okay. And then I'm going to take one of my vegetables and just taste it. Perfect. That's how I like it. And if I like it, I know you're gonna like it. So now we're going to just check on our chicken real quick. Ooh, look at this chicken. Look at this chicken. Let me show you. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. But it's not done. So we're just gonna flip it over. Flip our pieces over because we want it to be crispy on all sides. Smells so good.
It does. It really does.
Thank you. I wanted to take a spin on like our lemon garlic prom wing. Our lemon prom wing. Our lemon, what is the wings that everybody loves? Lemon pepper wings. I wanted to take a spin on lemon pepper wings and make my own little lemon garlic prom wings. I need a name for these wings. All right, so we're gonna put this in here, put them back in there, let them crisp on the other side. Just feel like the air fryer is so convenient. I love it. So right now, we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. We have our French fries in the oven, our chicken in the air fryer, and we're gonna start working on our sauce. So right now I'm gonna put 1/4 of butter. I'm gonna have that melted down. We're gonna put that lemon zest, that lemon that we zest, we're gonna use it still. We're gonna put the juices inside of our pot as well. Get all that, all that. Messy, messy. There it goes. We're also gonna use our cilantro, our garlic, and our rosemary. Right here. Let everything melt down. Nice and creamy. Sauces are really fun to make, and I actually want to take a sauce class. If you can make a sauce, you can turn anything good.
So would you say when it comes to adding ingredients, is it more important to have an eye test for it, or should you always be precise with the measurements?
When it comes to savory cooking, you should be able to eye test it. But when it comes to pastry cooking, measurements, measurements, measurements. It's really important when we're baking that we follow the measurements, because one miss up you have to start the recipe all over. But for cooking, you have room to flex. So we have this melted down. We're gonna add a little bit of our Parmesan.
Oh, that's crazy.
Add that in there. Melt that down. We're also gonna turn off our fire.
Could you add a little more?
Yeah, we're gonna put it on top as well. So we don't want to put too much because we're gonna also put it on top. So we're gonna let this sit as our chicken crisp up, and we'll be back. All right, so now we're back. Our chicken is about done. Our French fries are still crisping up. So we're gonna start working on our plating. And for first thing we're gonna do is take those veggies that we rinsed and cut. We're gonna pat them dry. So no one wants watery food. Pat them dry, pat, 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 pat. And just gonna put them here. Oh, wait. Actually, I thought of another idea, you guys. Let me get something. All right, so I'm actually gonna put our veggies in here. Put all our veggies in here. Try to make it look as cute as possible. Because that's what everyone wants. They want their food to look cute. I'm gonna put our veggies in here. Beautiful, beautiful. Top. Veggies there. So we got our veggies. We got our dip. Veggies and our dip. We're gonna use the same bowl that our veggies were in, and take out our chicken. Our chicken is about crispy. Yes. We like this crispy chicken. That's how we know our chicken's done, right? So I'm gonna put the pieces in here. And we're gonna get that sauce that we made earlier and pour our sauce on here. Got my sauce, and now we're gonna pour our sauce on there. Look at that, look at that. Yummy, 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 yummy. So mix that in there. Make sure all of the chicken is nice and coated in our sauce. Smells good. I can smell the cheese melting in. And as we do that, we're gonna add a little bit more cheese. Add a little more cheese. We're gonna add even more cheese once we plate it. Yes, that looks fantastic.
That smells amazing.
Thanks. So now, plate our chicken wings. Try to make it look cute. All right. Plate them up here. Right there. Plating is a technique too, y'all. Plating is a technique. Right there. That looks good. Use some of this extra sauce that we have. Put this extra sauce up there. Yeah. It's giving. And then I'll also like to put a little bit more Parmesan right there. Nice. We love cheese. Cheese is key. A little more cheese right there. Top it with some fresh, the golden sauce right here, the golden sparkle. And now we're gonna go and take a look at our French fries. We'll be back. And we're back, and you see our food is plated. I'm about to bring our French fries out. I had to move them from the oven to the air fryer, just a little quicker. We want them crispy because nobody wants soggy French fries. So I'm gonna take some of these fries out. This is my second time making French fries from scratch, and it's not a hard process. The main goal and main key takeaway from this is just do not put too much liquid on your potatoes because it takes longer for them to crisp and it will be soggy. We don't want soggy fries. So that's another reason that I had to remove it from the oven to the air fryer, because I did put a little bit too much oil, so it would have took a little longer. So let me move it to the air fryer, which the temperature heat is hotter and faster. So we're gonna take out these crispy ones. And we're just gonna slightly season it with some sea salt, actually, instead of kosher salt. We're gonna put some sea salt. I love the way sea salt tastes. A little bit of sea salt on them. Let them mix up, mix up, mix up. And also, I would just want to point out that you guys see me using salt in the potatoes and everything. You probably be like, oh my gosh, you might be thinking she's using a lot of salt. But no, I'm not using a lot of salt. I'm using the right amount of salt. But I also want you to think about what I was saying about using fresh herbs and fresh seasonings. Because let's say you would have cooked this meal, you would have added salt, and then you would have added slap your mama, you would have added paprika, you would have added all these things that already have salt in them. So everything that I cooked here with, they don't have no salt in it. So I'm controlling how much salt is being used. So I just want to throw that out there. And now we're gonna plate our French fries right here. All right, I'm gonna save this one for taste. All right, this is my second time, y'all. Look, I'm hungry. Hey, this all for you, Marcus? Nah, you gotta have share, y'all. So I'm just gonna put a little chili flakes just for look. And that is a wrap, and we're gonna have Marcus come taste my creation.
Listen, people, we're back. I'm gonna use the corny line I always use. This is the favorite part of my show when I get to eat the food. Quanna, you did that.
Thank you.
You really lived up to the hype.
Okay.
But I gotta try the food now.
Right.
So here it is. I'm gonna go with a little bit.
A little bit of dip.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the French fries. We'll see. Yeah, crunch is serious.
Hey.
Okay. This is everything right here. I'm more trembling. Why am I trembling? Whoa.
Like it?
Yeah. I'm tasting the lemon. I'm tasting a little bit of everything in there.
Yep.
Ooh, this is so good.
Yes. Let me put your
Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna try one more, but we gotta talk. Why is that so good? Is it because you use fresh ingredients?
Fresh ingredients.
Okay. And what else?
Made with love.
Made with love.
From Harlem.
Okay. Now, I'm from Brooklyn, but I grew up in Harlem.
Yeah.
So let's talk. You mentioned some things that were kind of funny to me. What's up with not the fried chicken comment? Like, what are you talking about?
Don't eat me up, y'all. I love fried chicken. I love what it comes out to be, and it's amazing. But that process of making it is too much.
We was talking about that here. And we have a few people here, and they were just talking about how, they were saying how it stays in your clothes for days, and you know what I'm saying? But fried chicken is fried chicken. But the air fryer, is that like a healthy alternative for people? Because it's more like baking, but faster?
Yeah, it's more, I'll say, it is healthier because it's not frying in oil.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like an oven, just in a small, compact container, fryer, and it's quicker. Quicker. Yeah, it's quicker. It's small. It's convenient. Yeah, it gets the job done.
Now, you touched on some good things, which is really cool. You talked about foster care, and that's what's motivated you with the children. Can Can you expand on that a little bit more?
Yeah, so yes, I grew up in foster care, and I was placed into foster care at 6 years old. You know, I eventually reconnected with my blood family at 17, and growing up, being in different programs like after school programs, it really kept me stable. Being ways to express myself through food, through writing. And yeah, that's pretty much like one of the reasons I also love giving back to the kids, because they don't really have that many activities and after school programs. So finding ways to connect with the youth, and if it's through food, which is my passion, it's like I'm there. I love to do that. And that's where Chefs on Wheels comes in. Yeah, I just
Don't worry
really,
about that.
really,
That's
really,
okay.
okay.
Yeah, Chef on Wheels. Yeah,
Yes.
you mentioned that. So
Chefs on Wheels is basically, like I said, it's going to be a school bus. I'm going to transform it into a kitchen where I can bring directly the kitchen to the youth. That is the problem with a lot of organizations, a lot of schools. They don't have the budget. They don't have the space for the classes to be taught. And this is going to just take it out. Like, you don't have to worry about that. I have everything. Just bring the students. Just bring the students.
that sounds like an excellent idea. That sounds like an excellent idea. And it might be grants and stuff you can get for something like that. Let's get back into the food. How long you been cooking again? I think you mentioned that. You've been cooking for, you said professionally a few, like...
Since 2017, but I've been cooking in high school. I've been baking since even younger than that. So I love to tell this story because I started selling brownies. That's what I was doing. I was a pastry chef.
Really?
Pastry, yes. In high school, I was selling brownies, cupcakes. Me and my friends would come and put money together with me so we could sell these sweets in school. And someone tried to steal my speed, okay? Somehow influence. I'm just an influencer. So somebody tried to sell brownies,
on your watch.
on my watch. Everybody telling me, Quanna, this girl's selling brownies. I'm like, I don't even care. She can't make brownies like me. So I really didn't care. But yes, I used to sell brownies in school. That's where it started.
Okay.
And I actually talked myself out of it. So this is horrible. Do not talk yourself out of your goals and dreams.
Yeah.
I talked myself out of it because I thought that I couldn't like decorate a cake and things of that nature. Because I used to have the shakes when I was younger.
Okay.
Like I used to shake. I couldn't stay still decorating things. So I was like, let me give up on that. Let me just go to cooking because I like cooking too.
Yeah.
But one day I'm going to get back to pastry chef because I love cooking, baking. But yeah, that's where it all started. I used to sell food and snacks in school.
That is amazing. So this started when you were younger.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question that I would ask all the chefs and cooks that come on. What's the one thing, and everybody knows what I'm going to ask, what's the one thing that you have a challenge? Like, or what's the one thing you'd be like, I haven't mastered that, but I want to get better at as far as cooking goes? I mean, you could be all that and be like, ain't nothing. I do it all. I mean, you could be like, yo, I do it all.
No, I do feel like I do really good when I'm cooking things because I do a lot of research on it. But one thing I can say that I would like to make again is turkey wings.
Okay.
I made like a jerk honey something turkey wings, but this was my first time cooking turkey wings, and I didn't realize how you have to slowly cook your turkey wings.
Really?
I don't know. I'm still learning. See,
Oh.
I don't know. I cooked them in the oven for I think maybe like 2 hours. I just felt like they were still a little tough. So I'm going to master that because it was like a jerk honey barbecue sauce that I made, and the flavoring, everything was there. But to me, I feel like the turkey wing could have been a little more soft. So.
Well, let me say this. You see somebody on a show, and then you're hoping that they bring that same energy. And I wanted you to know you brought that same energy.
Thank
And we discussed this off camera, but I'm gonna tell you what we discussed off camera. You gotta keep at this. I'm not talking about the cooking part. I'm talking about the camera stuff.
Yes.
And like I said, I saw you on somebody else's show, and hopefully somebody see you on this. But do one better. Start doing your own thing.
Yeah.
You got the presence, you got the face for it, you got the smile, you got it all. You're not afraid. And the beauty of you is that you're not afraid to be like, oh, I pronounced that wrong, or I said that wrong, because we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We're not perfect, and and people can relate to that. There's some more stuff I want to ask you, but I want to take another bite. Listen, we have people here, so I can't eat up all the wings. I remember on Chef Ian's episode, I ate up all the food that we had. And I was in Brooklyn at the time, so we had cats in the house, and they wasn't too happy, so I was about to get jumped. But I am going to take another wing.
Okay.
Watch this And this is good because year round there's sports happening. I gotta take a bite. That was just good. This is good. It hits the buttery garlic. It's nothing overbearing. You taste the lemon. That is really good.
Yes. Thank you, thank you.
Look. I ain't gonna be this. Let me stop. Yo, let me ask you. What is the one meal that people like, you have to make that?
Everyone already knows what I'm gonna say. My chicken rasta pasta. Everyone loves that.
Yo, that's what you made on that episode.
Yes,
on the
yes,
show. I
yes.
saw that. There was like a tear rolled down my face. Like, I was like, oh, that was amazing. So that's what you're known for.
Yes, I'm known for my chicken rasta pasta in Harlem. Like I said, we used to have Fridays, rasta pasta Fridays. I'll get off of work, go home, batch up, cook my rasta pasta, and have everyone come. All right, meet me downstairs in my building. They'll come get. When I tell y'all, I miss living in Harlem. Okay, I miss cooking for my community, but that's how I'll be doing events soon. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but you're always kind of you're about the community. Like one thing. It's one thing about the food, but I also went online and I looked at, because, on your social media, and you're always pushing things you're doing for the community, which I think is great. That's another level of you that I didn't know. And I think that's amazing, because it is about the community and it is about giving back. Some people just don't have the time, but you make the time.
Yes.
And that's the beauty of you. And you're going to go far with
Thank
that.
you.
You know what I'm saying? You have the energy, you have the grit, the know-how. And I know I just met you, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? If I had a daughter, I want to be just like you. You know what I'm saying?
You,
happy and smiling and about her
you.
business and doing her thing.
Thanks.
Listen, I have a little dog by my feet, so we're going to talk about the show. I think you know me too. But listen, all jokes aside, thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me.
If you ever want to come back, this is your platform.
Yes.
I need you. You're one of those people that I gotta get you now, because when you blow up, I may not get you ever again. But listen, we're gonna close out the show. When she no longer cooks for you, Quanna showed us what to do. Great job, kid. Have a good night, y'all.